we're back. Going through some more PSO2, doing some leveling on the hunter. Live scene. Doing a little bit more hunter leveling. And we're also going to do a alliance invite for somebody here. So let's get down there. And let's just make sure that they know where I'm at. Let's see, block 10. How do I switch? Okay, you switch blocks by going to the green elevators. In the gate plaza. And up by the class skill guy. So I'll get them the invite here, and then kick it off with a couple quests and get my alliance tree buff. The Liberty Bell and the American flag thing going, it's pretty, I do like that. I mean, the way that they did it looks really nice. So, I don't know. See what happens here. Let's see if I can get his character name. Okay, let's see if we can get our friend's character name here and invite him to the alliance. And I do want to thank Warframe Auras for hitting that follow button a couple days ago. I also want to thank Maximus557 for hitting that follow button. Zenobia is transferring now. On the class guy. There you are. So let's where nearby characters, Novia, Scout for Alliance, and send them a friend request as well. Alright, cool. So we got a new alliance member. Let's go to the alliance quarters to get my tree buff. Let's get our tree buff. Still can't cultivate that XP up just yet. Okay. Back to the gate area and let's knock out some daily quests. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. Main class recommended. Tundra. Super hard. Three King Yetis. Yikes. Procure. All these freaking procurement quests. Tundra. Oh. Let's unselect that. Select that one. Okay. Let's get T-Band drink. And to get our buffs. Who do I want to grab? Anybody fun? There's a summoner. And let's go with a ranger and a braver. Do I need to restock? Yeah, I should probably restock. I know it's just one monomate, but one monomate can make a difference. Let's see here. Forgetting anything? Don't think so. Let's jump in. Final area. So this is the first time going out with these new blades. These are the frost blades from the Vegas quest. Of course I can't jump if I gotta go this way. You would. Uh-oh, emergency. Middle light. Ha-ha. Judgment. Well, is it back there? I bet it is. Yep. Successfully diffused it. Got 2 more somewhere. I'm gonna go check over here. Doesn't look like it's over here though. You know what?
Hello.
Oh, hey. What's going on?
We're doing just fine.
Sorry. Now my camera's going nuts.
Yeah, I don't know how active Work the Game's voice chat is now. I just knew it was kind of sparse since it's kind of spread over a bunch of different games.
Yeah, I mean, just hopping in. I'm streaming now, so see if anybody
Okay.
wanted to join in and chat. What was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. Ah, that's what I was doing.
That was actually one thing I was planning on getting in on for fun. At the end, I wanted to start dabbling in making videos and a little streaming. So
Yeah, I would.
probably have all my equipment ready by the end of the year.
Nice. Yeah, I streamed a little bit last year, and then had to stop for a little while, and now just getting back into it. So hopefully can keep it up a little bit more. But I like to try to jump into the voice chat, see if anybody else jumps in just to chat, talk, whatever. So, how long have you been playing PSO?
Only a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And it's been kind of sparse at that. I've been just trying to get into it a bit more. My character's only level 37 right now.
Oh, well, at least you're making progress.
Yeah, I swear I spent more time offline trying to piece together all of PSO's information than I have been actually playing.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into. There's a ton to get into. I'm not gonna deny that one. What class did you end up going with?
Ranger?
Ranger?
Yeah, the one that shoots the guns or the assault rifles in the launcher.
Yeah, that's Ranger. Yeah, a lot of people like that one. I haven't gotten into it yet.
Yeah, I was just in kind of a shooty gun type of mood. Normally play melee characters. I thought I'd switch it up this time. See how I like it.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that one character can play all the classes, so if you ever wanted to change or anything, you can do so.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I've played the hell out of Final Fantasy 14, and when I saw both of them were the same way, it's like, well, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like 14 as well.
Yeah, if the next chapter in July comes back out, I may have to fire up that account again. I've missed out on, I think I stopped in, I can't remember if I stopped after 5.1 or 5.2. It was one of those, but they're supposed to be going into was it 5.4 now or
Uh,
5.5?
no, 5.3 is next.
Oh, 5.3. Oh, I guess I thought they were much farther ahead.
No, not yet.
So, yeah, then I will have, I guess, 2 major contents worth of things of new stuff to do on top of all the other stuff they've put in.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in right now in Final Fantasy. I mean, the story just on its own is amazing, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, I stopped in 5.1 doing the Savage 1 through 4 content, and I just had to take a break from MMO-ish type games in general because time
oh yeah, I
was
get
getting
that.
restrictive. But I'm kind of in the mode where I can start doing it again.
Nah, I get that.
I kind of did that with 14. I enjoy it, but I want to move on to other things.
Hey Jared, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good.
Hello?
Good. Can't complain.
Thanks
Yeah,
for joining.
14, yeah, you can spend a lot of time on, but to me it's always also felt like a game to where, I don't know, unlike a game like World of Warcraft and other stuff that I played more religiously, it just felt like I can just pick it up at any time. Doesn't feel like I'm missing out or anything like that, so.
Same.
The only thing I always have to do is when I get back into it, I'm like, okay, so how do I play this class again?
What class do you main?
White Mage.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a Paladin and a Dancer up, so I kind of have the trifecta, you know, if I, so I could, heal, DPS, or tank.
Yeah.
And they're all in, my White Mage, of course, had all the Savage gear, and then the other 2 had whatever the highest level token gear was at the time. And all that, so yeah, I'll go back to it. That was also the first time I had ever mained a healer in that game, so it was kind of refreshing going in, just playing a completely different role that I've never normally played before.
Right. I mean, Samurai in 14. I had a lot of fun with that
Yeah,
one.
that was always a big one. That actually, I got my Samurai. I thought I got him. Like, I was working on him, getting him to max level, or I did get him there. But like, not only was just Samurai just a cool class, but it was just ridiculously strong at that too. So.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, playing Dancer was fun because I just like the idea of it being a DPS and kind of a support at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Character I've been using right now is Red Mage. Before that, I was using a Paladin.
I liked Red Mage when I was
Yeah.
leveling that. It was a lot of fun.
Well, when it comes to tanking, I've always really liked the sorted board type characters, been partial to them, and I really like the revisions that they did to the Paladin. They did a complete overhaul to that class, and it feels a lot more fluid now.
Yeah, when I use them, I mean, like my primary reason was just the fact that I really enjoyed the story in Final Fantasy IV where the character goes from being like a dark mage to a paladin, so that class always stuck out to me.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard over the years, like, how much people liked 4. I've just never actually played that one.
It's surprisingly complex for an old Final Fantasy in terms of just character development and everything.
Yeah. With how many different other classes?
Really one big origin story.
Yeah. I just like how there's like a bunch of other classes throughout all the different Final Fantasies they could choose from. So it'll be kind of curious to see, how many more expansions they decide to have before they officially end the story. And like how many more classes will come out on top of that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious if they can find a way to add some version of the mathematician tactics, just because that the character was so powerful, you could literally only use it every other turn. And things were based on, like, he could use any and all magic, but it can hit both your enemy and your team. And it was a numbers game. Everything was based on, okay, this will hit people whose level is a modular 5 or 3.
So
And
only your smartest players will be able to play it. They'll have to go to a math course
yeah, you have to
and
do
all,
it.
and all that stuff. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
There'd be
Well,
this
that-
whole
that
cheat
made me
sheet.
laugh when what was that 25-man raid where you had to do math and like 90% of the people failed it?
Oh yeah.
that I was like, oh my god, that made me laugh so hard because they introduced basic math.
And
into
people
the
were
game,
like, I don't
and it just went over
understand.
so many people's heads. It was ridiculous.
Well, I would be the guy who have no idea what's going on.
Well, that was my thing. The first time I did it, like I succeeded by accident, and I was just like, wait, were you supposed to do math or something in this? And then I had to go back and watch a video and see what they were doing. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's what they want us to do. And all that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was kind of funny.
It's multiples of.
And I think a class like a mathematician would be too complicated, but it'd be so fun to see how they would at least try to do that. But no, it would be one of those where either the person sucks and kills the whole team, or you got one of those Korean players who just dominates and is untouchable.
I don't know, that'd be funny. You have to like do equations as you're battling, and if you do it right, then the skill goes off properly. If you do it wrong, it backfires.
I could see people having just cheat sheets sitting next to them the entire time.
Well, I suppose they could make it like the Blue Mage to where it's kind of, you know, like a jokey class, or like, just something to have fun with.
Right.
Something that.
Oh, also since they had the Dancer, well, this isn't that related to the Dancer, but also I know Tactics had the Mine class, and the Mine, all you could control with the Mine was where they moved, but everything else they literally copied from your team. So if your team was 4 people, it attacked literally 4 times.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Gotcha.
But that'd be neat if you could kind of have a class to where its abilities were based on your teammates. Which again, that's getting really freaking complicated.
Yeah, I guess their closest version to that right now is the Blue Mage, is where you quite literally copy skills from monsters or bosses.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what, well,
Oof.
I don't fully remember their names. Like, I remember seeing a whole list of, different classes that have shown up in the different Final Fantasies. But yeah, I wouldn't know, where they would go from here, what they would pick. I mean, as far as just roles, I guess one of the next big ones would be a new type of healer.
Yeah, and most of the classes I'm familiar with are attack types, which Orator would be interesting. That's more of a support, but it could be a support and healing type.
Well, I was actually wondering, like, we've had long discussions about this before, but I thought it would be a smart idea, like, most of their raids are, like the 8-man raids and all that, but I thought it would be interesting if they made like opened them up like another couple slots, like the 10-mans, and then yeah, you start putting in like support classes and stuff that, buff the party, or debuff the bosses and all that. And they may not have a huge DPS role, but they're a pivotal role as well, because you have to time, when to cast your skills on everybody to maximize damage or to maximize defense.
Well, in the case of
something
Orator,
like that.
there was like a class above Orator, I can't remember what they were called, but you could actually buff your party, which I know when it comes to bosses, buffs, it's hard to hit an enemy with a debuff. Haven't they been teasing the Geomancer then?
Yeah, but they were gonna do Geomancer as a limited class, I think.
Like Blue Mage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, the reason that one got brought up more is because that one got really vocal within the population. or like, you know, the player base. So I mean, that could be interesting. Like, I guess they're closest to the thing I was thinking of, you know, with all the buffs and all that stuff was what the astrologian or
Yeah.
something. But then I feel like they neutered that class where they made like the buffs that they can do is it's all just a damage buff now.
Yeah, but their ability to switch between shields and heals is just insane. Like, their utility in that respect is off the charts.
Well, did they revamp them again? Because they kind of got the shaft in 5.0. Like, most people just wanted the scholars and the white mages at the in-game content. And then, yeah, unless you had a really good astrologian, then most of the time they didn't get taken. So I would assume, like,
no, Scholar
you know,
right now is definitely in the tubes. Like,
well,
nobody.
what they do to the scholar then?
It's just that the astrologian's healing and shielding ability is so much better.
Oh, so they must have revamped it enough to where basically the astrologian took over for what the scholar does.
Pretty
Sounds
much.
like, you know, they could shield like either just as good or almost as good enough, but on top of that you get to heal at the same time.
Yeah.
Swap your stances properly, yeah. Yeah, then, yeah, they're gonna have to do something to the scholar, it sounds like, outside of their shields to make them worthwhile.
Yeah, because with Astro, it's okay, you got your shields, you got your heals, and then you also have the party buffs. So, it's kind of hard to just go, oh, well, I shield, and this fairy will heal at times. And that's all it does.
Well, that was my big thing, you know, as the white mage is, you know, I always, you know, felt like our role was to make sure, you know, the party as a whole stays up. And then, you know, before they brought in the Astro, the Scholar was normally like the main tank healer because he had all the shields and could, like, you know, over buff them and all that stuff for big hits, and was, you know, better at single target stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm still very partial to my white mage since that's how I started. I've actually leveled up the Astro quite a bit too, but as far as healing, it always felt a little bit more fluid to me being on the white mage since that's what I started out with. Yeah. Not to mention now that I got angel wings, you know, too fun.
Yeah, I have all but 2 classes at cap right now, so I put in a little too much time probably.
Yeah, I have to go back and look at mine because I was working on a bunch of them, like getting Samurai up, like the big like caster DPS one that I really wanted to get up just because they did a huge revamp to it was Summoner.
You still have a
Definitely.
2-minute rotation.
Oh yeah, it's still like the most complicated rotation out there, but it's pretty cool. I was getting good at it. Like, so yeah, I dabbled in getting a lot of them up at least to 70 because yeah, I did red mage as well. Yeah, I'm kind of lacking in my tank area again because I think I got my way back when I got my
Ooh, emergency quest. Or urgent quest coming up.
yeah, I mean, I played like the 3 other tanks pretty good, but actually I don't think I ever got around to Gunbreaker.
Get ready to push a bunch of buttons. Push all of the buttons all of the time.
That was one thing I had to tell some of my friends when they said there was a lot to do, but you know, some of them all they care about is, you know, gearing out or doing dungeons and raids.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I feel like I don't have much to do anymore. And I was like, well, the one reason why you can get tombstones and stuff in gear out so quickly is the game is quite literally built for you to be able to fill in various roles. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not like, World of Warcraft where you play one class and that's like all you play and all that. The game's set up to where you can do multiple roles. And I mean, yeah, you'll most likely be better at one role than the other, depending on your play style, but at least it gives you the option. So, hell, even if you just want to do DPS, then, have several DPS characters all decked out.
Yeah. So do you want ranged? Do you want magical? Do you want melee? Like, how do you want to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Now, you're talking about getting into streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that little video yesterday, apparently on Friday, that Dr. Disrespect guy got perma-banned from Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah, they still haven't said why he got banned, did they?
No. He says he doesn't know why, and Twitch hasn't had an official statement, so... Yeah, of course, your mind goes to the worst case scenario. I'm like, okay, well, like, what legal trouble is he in, or is it even anything bad, or what the hell? So,
oh,
But
come
he
on.
probably flagged his channel or something.
it's so dumb that... What's it, Twitch has no spine when it comes to her. I swear to God, she's allowed to get away with anything almost.
Well, they found out she married her husband just to get the green card and then divorced him. It's like she admitted it on air. I know there was
Seriously?
A lawsuit. Yeah, well, there was a lawsuit, but apparently nothing happened because I think she's still there.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that, I mean, I know of her and a few fragments of her things, but she's not someone I follow, so I had no idea there was like a marriage thing.
I only know from the PewDiePie videos, and at one point he covered that. He's like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, that's another guy that I just never got into. He's a little
I didn't care
too...
for him until he started doing it. After that, I actually started watching. Which I don't watch his stuff quite as much anymore. But yeah, no, I started watching right around when she got mad at him. And on Twitch, it's like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna copy strike him. That was the thing for like 4 weeks. He's like, alright, lady, let's look at what you posted. People are like, oh my god, this woman is horrible.
That's one of those things. It wasn't until like halfway through last year that I really started paying any attention to like the whole streaming culture and all that. But I certainly found people that I liked. Actually played WoW Classic for a pretty good while when it started up. I was in that guy Esfan's guild,
Nice.
Crusade, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, between having to scale back on MMOs and like, I wanted to do all the raid stuff in there, but the big thing that I was kind of excited about was I wanted to do all the PvP stuff in the battlegrounds. But everyone kept playing it like a retail to where they don't really fight each other. You're basically just trading wins.
Yeah, I've never
And
played
you're-
WoW, so I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you.
I tried twice, both times being the dwarf, and I could not get past the first mission. It's like, oh, find the 4 barrels of meat. I could not find any of those barrels of meat.
Oh, well, that Well, I know what quest you're talking about. That's a
It's
quest that
literally
takes
the
you
first
all around the world, and you got to buy them from like certain people
See,
and all that. And if you don't know that,
that is so obscure and weird for your first level in the entire freaking game.
but well, not in your first level. That was well, the quest I'm thinking of that covers that wasn't until you were like level 15 or something like that.
Like
But
when
no.
you first in the University game.
Oh no, I mean I played a dwarf priest when I did WoW Classic, and I don't
Oof.
remember Mead quest specifically, but yeah, I mean getting through this. The only problem with getting through the starter area when the game started up is, you know, everyone and their mother are fighting over all the quest mobs, and you're just trying to push out of it as fast as you can.
Yep.
So, I mean, that game was and is still a lot of fun, but like their Warsong Gulch battleground, which people used to love a lot, it's just essentially capture the flag with a 10-on-10 team. But either one of two things happened. Either the teams barely fought and you tried to see who would capture the flags the fastest, or one team was like a pre-made of 10 and they just steamrolled. So you were either on that team or you were against it, and they had their big 40 on 40 with Alterac Valley and other stuff, but no one cared actually about like the PvP aspect. They're just hunting for their, you know, trinkets and gear and all that stuff, trying to get enough, you know, battleground points, you know, to go spend on stuff and, you know, not actually fight each other. So that was a huge letdown for me, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. World of Warcraft just never caught my eye.
Oh, I've enjoyed it quite a bit, but yeah, I don't know if I'll truly go back to it or not, since the whole PvP side kind of bummed me out about that. I'd always at a bare minimum wanted to go back and do the final 2 big raids that I never got to do when the game came out. That would be the main reason I would want to come back, but between expansions of coming out for other stuff or new games coming out, I don't know if I actually will or not.
Hmm.
For whatever reason in Destiny, they are just determined to pair me against teams that just dominate me every 2 seconds. I swear to God.
Yeah, I think Brian said he was playing Destiny tonight too.
Yeah, right now I'm just working on masterworking some weapons. And one of them's like get 300 PvP kills with an auto rifle.
That's the
Which is
Daybreak
fine. I
one.
mean, I enjoy PvP, but man, this is twice in a row I've gotten mismatched. And it's the same team.
Oof.
Like these guys, I think what they're doing is, because it's 4 against 4, is
Okay.
3 are always together while 1 runs around to capture other bases. And it is freaking effective. Those guys know what they're doing.
They know exactly what's up.
Auto rifles aren't my go-to weapon to begin with. So I'm just getting my tail whipped. And the only time I really get a kill is when I happen to do a melee, so it doesn't count towards the auto rifle kill.
Yeah. The
No,
only shooter I'm playing right now is the Call of Duty Warzone.
Destiny's the most approachable one for me.
Yeah, when Destiny 2 first came out, I played it quite a bit. But I never actually played the original Destiny. My brother did, and anytime I thought about getting into it, just always felt like I was going to be so far behind I didn't worry about it. There was other things I was playing.
Yeah, the original's okay. I really didn't find it fun until you get to the Taken King expansion. Up until that point, I just didn't really care.
Yeah.
The reason I did play was because I had a friend who wanted someone to play with, and we were roommates at the time. So that was fun with me. I didn't mind that. The story wasn't interesting since I was playing with him. Actually, me and Barrett were talking about this. Destiny's always been very weird when it comes to the story, because there's always 7 different things happening at once story-wise, but it's so obscure with what's happening, it's hard to follow unless you like really get into the lore. And like 50% of the story is in the lore tablets. It's not in the cutscene or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Destiny 2 was pretty entertaining, but at the same time, like my thing was after what, like a month and a half though, like when they first came out with the game, they made it way too easy to gear out your character, and within that first month and a half I had all 3 classes geared out in what at the time I think it was like 305 gear or whatever was the max, and I was just like, man, they catered to the casual crowd a little bit too hard.
They kind of go back and
Maybe
forth, but yeah, they tend to err on the side of the casuals.
Yeah, that's what they pretty much did in World of Warcraft as well. Pretty much everything's catered towards the casuals now on that. That's why a lot of people wanted WoW Classic back again, because there's for many different reasons, but you know, it was generally a grindy game, and you know, the more effort you put into it, the more reward you got out of it. You know, things just weren't handed to you. I think that's one of the big complaints about World of Warcraft nowadays is you don't need, you know, like a guild for anything. Like the entirety of the game you can do solo, because there's yeah. So, but that's my thing is, I know for, you know, everyone brings, not everyone, but the people that agree with that normally are the ones that are like, well, that's great because I only have so much time to play anyway, or they say, you know, I don't necessarily want to play with other people, so it's nice that I can enjoy all the game. But we go back to kind of like the diehards of like the MMOs and stuff, like, you know, the point of having harder levels of content and the, you know, things that not everyone can do, you know, that's kind of all part of the prestige and all that. You know, there might be aspects of the game you simply don't get to do, you know, because of that. So that's one thing I've always leaned towards, you know, kind of the diehard side. You know, I like there always being a challenge that, you know, people can aspire to and all that. And even though, you know, the current World of Warcraft game certainly has its entertaining moments, you know, in some ways it's kind of like Final Fantasy, where I can just jump into it, not say a word to another actual person, and just do it all. You know, there are harder modes, of course, that you do need actual groups with, but that was one of the big, you know, things about original MMOs. Like, you know, if you didn't have, you know, 20 or 40 other people to play with to go do the hardest content, you just didn't get to do it.
Right.
So that'll just be one of those debates till the end of time on who believes they're more correct.
Yeah.
They're all just games. Everybody's correct.
Yeah. Like with that new one, I'm a little intrigued about that New World game coming out, because it seems to be more PvP centric. kind of its play style and how it looks and all that stuff kind of reminds me of our gauge. But I'm not so much worried about endgame and all that stuff for that type of game. I was a little more curious about just like how it felt doing combat, and with what they've shown in all their videos and gameplay and stuff, it feels rather rigid. So I'm still gonna play it, but that would be my only like real worry.
Yeah, I know both
That
Brian.
game.
I know both Brian and I have pre-ordered, so we're in the closed beta.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
That's cool.
so I'm excited to see how that turns out as well.
Oh yeah, like I never want a new game that looks cool to fail, but like that was my, first big concern was like, okay, well if this is going to be a PvP centric game, then I want, the combat to feel fluid and look good and stuff. But looking at all the alpha stuff, of course, that's alpha, but at the same time, it's just like, well, I'm not seeing anything that stands out to me as impressive right now.
Yeah,
So
and they
we'll
are
see how that
making
goes.
they are making some good changes from what I'm seeing from the alpha to the beta.
Uh-huh.
So excited to see how that looks. But alpha should still be under NDA, so people leaking it and everything, that's not really good.
I don't. Any of the stuff that I've watched on it wasn't like other people. It was always the New World like official videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, they had like update videos of like when people went into the alpha on, like how people played the game versus how they, thought the game might be played and all that.
Hmm.
And I mean, I don't know, have they done anything on that where didn't they have a big controversy on, it's supposed to be like this big open world PvP thing, but then when they saw like how people were playing the game, they were gonna put in like a toggle option to where you could just PvE and then, you won't be flagged for PvP
Yeah.
in certain areas and all that, and that
Yeah.
got like all the diehard PvPers upset. They're like, no, it's supposed to be a PvP game.
I mean, that's kind of how they have it in what is that? Black Desert Online. Like, you can PvP, but you don't PvP unless you're targeted or you have like a toggle switch that allows that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how, like, even big MMOs like World of Warcraft are nowadays. Because, I've always been on the side of, it's just, yeah, it's an unforgiving world, no holds barred, eventually just got to get over with it and learn, how to fight, the people when they come up on you and stuff. But, again, that's just another thing to where they're trying to cater to everybody, so a lot of games have those like toggle options now,
Mm-hmm.
because their hope, if they keep those people happy, they'll stay longer. I guess.
Right.
So like from a company's point of view, yeah, I fully understand the logic behind it, of course, but from a player's point of view, you're just like, oh, I don't want that kind of stuff in my game.
Can you imagine if From Software started making their game easier for noobs? Now that would be ridiculous.
What company?
From Software. These are the guys who make Dark Souls and Serico.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you meant, like, oh, we need to expand our player base. Let's put an easy mode in it.
No.
Well, that was one funny thing that I had never played any of the Dark Souls, but I played the entirety of Dark Souls 3, and like the people who like really loved that game was saying, yeah, it's just like they already did that. It's like the easiest of all the Dark Souls and all that
It's
stuff.
definitely the one I've gone the furthest.
Yeah,
I've
and
played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne.
yeah, I mean, it certainly
I
was
love
hard in
Bloodborne.
areas, but beyond a certain point, short of just not knowing what a boss does, you know, I didn't find it terribly difficult. And then that was one thing I didn't realize until later, that a huge amount of people who had bought Dark Souls never got past that first, like, spear using, like, that first boss you come across.
Right.
And a lot of people just quit there and said the game was stupid. And I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, seriously, you guys couldn't get past that?
Yeah, I've never gone far in any of the games. In Demon Souls, I quit before I even got to the second boss.
Oh,
And Dark Souls 3, I'm in one of the mini dungeons, was where you find like the centipede baby doll face creatures, which I've gone far with that one, but I kind of gave up after a while.
I
With
gotcha.
Bloodborne, I can never get past Vicar Amelia. My brother's like, you idiot, that's the easiest boss. Sorry.
Well, that's the
But,
other one I hear is like, yeah, Bloodborne is supposed to be like the hardest one out of all. I never played that one, but yeah, I mean, I beat Dark Souls. I beat it on New Game Plus, and even started, you know, made all different kinds of builds with, you know, different weapon types and all that. So
Bloodborne is actually my favorite, but the bosses are just so intimidating. I'm not exaggerating. My hands literally shake every time I get to a boss battle. And I had to replay the game a couple of times, like start over from scratch for various reasons. And I can't make it past the Bloodstar beast anymore. That is just a terrifying enemy.
yeah.
And it's
That
not
was
because it's hard, it's
also
just too terrifying.
that was also one thing is I guess I just have more patience with some games like that is even though they might be hard, like, you know, another thing that people run into is they don't take the time to, you know, grind for hours, you know, before you move on.
Right.
And then, yeah, I knew some people that they just said, man, like some of these bosses, I swear to God, it's ridiculous. Even like their most basic attacks one-shot me or only last a couple of hits for stuff. And then I actually go back and look at their characters. I'm like, dude, like you need to go back to these regions and like level up, like go get, you know, crap tons of souls and then come back and try it.
Yeah. I mean, Bloodborne, like, especially aesthetically, is easily my favorite franchise, but the games are just too intense for me, and I hate it because they're good on so many different levels, but it just became too much.
I don't know. Bloodborne definitely gave me like the Dark Souls feel and everything, but it also gave me the Devil May Cry feel.
Yeah, for me, I just kept thinking how this is an old school Bram Stoker's Victorian era setting. I
Right.
just love that. And I didn't realize till watching other videos that it takes a Lovecraftian spin.
Mm-hmm.
One game I think I'm only like halfway or 2/3 through that I was playing it for a good while, but then just stopped. I haven't got back to it. Is the Jedi with the Fallen Order game, which in some ways after playing Dark Souls 3, it just felt like a Star Wars version of Dark Souls, kind of, just with how the combat worked. And so yeah, if y'all haven't played that one, if you like Star Wars, it's certainly enjoyable.
Yeah.
I do. I'm just burned out on the franchise. I've played so much of it over the years.
I don't know.
Especially like
Force.
the original Battlefront 1 and 2. Like I have the original Battlefront on Steam. I have played it so much that hard mode is easy.
Yeah.
Force Unleashed was one of my favorites.
That's my thing is the Force Unleashed games I know got huge accolades, but like, you know, because I have a tendency to play like ARPG or MMO games, they just suck up so much time. A lot of the single player games I just never got into, and like that was one that I'd always want to I did make it with the God of War series. I didn't play any of them up until the latest one, and I'm glad I played at least the latest one because that was really cool.
Yeah, I need to get into that at some point.
Yeah,
I
and
imagine we'll have a sequel on PS5.
More than
oh
likely.
yeah, they definitely set it up to continue the storylines or God of War just in general. You know, with its new graphics, new combat system, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
The original one, I never cared for like the settings. I've never been interested in Greece, but
oh
also
really?
no, I didn't care for this set, but also I didn't like how the story was only like 5 hours or so. And but with this new one, brother's like, oh no, man, this is like a 30-hour game. Really?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely long. And then yeah, there's uh just big challenges and stuff later, like after the game. That there's a lot to do after that too. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know, on that subject, just as far as like the combat goes, is I've talked with a number of people, you know, of us that, you know, we enjoy, you know, the MMO genres, and you know how in some ways there it's kind of like a dying genre or something, just because, you know, there's not a lot of new innovation, you know, to it. You know, even though somebody comes out with a new MMO, like a lot of the formats are pretty much the same in all of them. And so we got to talking about, like, you know, how combat and stuff could be different. And one of the overwhelming things you hear from people is they like the idea of just having more control over their character, uh instead of, you know, doing a rotation like in WoW or Final Fantasy. You know, they want to be the ones that are actively doing all the control, so it feels like they're doing the moves, not
Yeah.
just telling a character to do the moves. And as like, you know, I to a certain extent, you know, I was kind of the same way. But I was just thinking of some different ideas, you know, to make it still have an MMO feel, but not be too much, you know, like an action, like hack and slash style game. Is I thought it would always be cool is like if the MMO involved into like a combat system to where maybe there's a certain amount of like rotation combo type things you do, but it had more of a combat system, kind of like a mixture of like God of War, Monster Hunter, and you know, like, and you know, also throwing magic and stuff into that.
We see
And
there is a
then
Monster Hunter MMO. It's just that it's Japan only, and they have no intention of releasing it to the West because it's even grindier than most MMOs.
yeah, I'd heard about that. Like, I mean, I played Monster Hunter World,
Hmm.
you know, but I mean, you know, that's, you know, an instance based, you know, game, you know, just like, you know, Fantasy Star. But yeah, I just remember kind of explaining it in more detail with, you know, some friends that had played those games like God of War and Monster Hunter and stuff, to where yeah, you don't make it very hack and slashy. Like, I like the idea of, especially the parts that I liked about in God of War is you couldn't just run around just, you know, swinging your axe and all that stuff and hope to just beat the game. You had to get really good at like parrying and dodging and deflecting and all that kind of stuff. So I thought like that big part of the aspect of putting that into a new MMO's combat system, where yeah, you go into a dungeon and it isn't just, you know, you round up a bunch of enemies and create threat and stuff on them. No, you actually have to actively you know, fight off incoming attacks and all that. So in some ways, you know, like right now in MMOs, everything's based off of, you know, just like doing the highest damage possible and doing everything as fast as possible. then if you were to put in a more like action, like reactionary combat system in, I would think the smart thing to do is you would slow the pace of the game down to where the game is more built around how skilled you are with your character as you progress through your different quests, dungeons, or different stages of the game and all that. That's just one thing in my personal opinion that I would like to see in like what I might consider a new aged MMO is kind of getting away from everything has to be done, as fast as possible at all times, and everything, and then actually kind of get back to the overall being skilled with your character, devising different ways on how to tackle an area you're going into and all that. Like most of these games nowadays, it just feels like all you're trying to do is you just got to be good with your rotation, collect as much gear as possible, then you just steamroll through everything.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm explaining it well or not, but uh I don't know. My gist on it was just like if you slow the pace of the game down, make it more about player skill and creativity, and then by the time you get to whatever the end of your destination, say like a dungeon is, then the reward would be equivalent to that. So instead of running, yeah, just use like Final Fantasy for something. Instead of running a dungeon like 10 times trying to get enough tokens, or getting a specific piece of gear to drop, and you do that, like do the same dungeon 10 times in an hour. Maybe you do one dungeon in an hour, but between like materials you receive or the items you receive from it, it makes that hour worth it, and all that. So there would be a lot of aspects to the game you'd have to change around if you're gonna slow the pace of the game down and put kind of like a higher skill level or something into the game, I guess.
Well, that's kind of like why I'm looking forward to New World, because everything is player driven, and you can spec your character however you want and use all the weapons and everything. Everything you have to create, like all your weaponry and stuff, you have to create.
Yeah, I've always liked that stuff, and yeah, New World kind of feels like a step in the right direction. There's still a lot more to an MMO that I think you could do, but yeah, with basically, yeah, the players have to figure out not only how they want to play, but what the player base as a whole considers good. Not to mention, yeah, except for a few key things or whatnot, everything is manual, so stuff doesn't just like auto lock on. You actually have to aim.
Right.
And all that. So yeah, that's another big thing. Like yeah, just use the simple things. Like imagine a tank, having to go up, with a sword and board and actively have to, block, disable, disarm, enemies up front. Not just hit a skill and it just does it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Or like an archer, actually has to aim their arrows. Maybe
Right.
they don't shoot like super flashy skills that do crap tons of damage, but the skills you do have, when they connect, they hit hard. And that was my other thing, to where if you're like going through a dungeon and all that stuff, if you're gonna make everything more realistic, then you kind of make the enemies more realistic. They don't have like a million health, and you're just trying to whittle down a health bar. Bring it back to where people die faster, but it actually feels like you're taking them out and all that. Or that was also why I brought up Monster Hunter. That would be kind of cool to where if you're doing a combat system like that, then you go up against a bigger beast and you have to like break its claws, break its horns, cripple it in some form or fashion to bring it down, so that way you can do more damage to it.
At least with World, it feels like it does make a difference when you get around to doing to a monster.
Oh yeah,
Also,
no that.
I realized
Oh yeah.
that they did such a good job with multiplayer being an in and out type of thing. There's probably no need to try to make it to a MMO at this point. I
For
think
Monster Hunter
they're-
World, you don't necessarily have to. Like, I mean, its combat is fairly close. The only thing is because with how the weapons are, they're oversized weapons that are meant to be kind of like, be big and heavy and stuff. Everything feels, more sluggish with your weapons and all that. You have to be very precise with what you're doing. So that's why I was thinking, like a happy medium. Kind of like with God of War, where you had a bunch of different skills, combo skills, and then you had to have a certain amount of quick reaction time to different events. But then also with Monster Hunter, you had to have a certain level of precision, but then you had to be smart with what you were fighting. You didn't just whack at the boss. You systematically went around to different parts of the monster, breaking off pieces, or cracking stuff and whatnot, and then you finished off the monster or the boss or whatever. That I like to see all those aspects to be combined into like one uniform combat system that would kind of like peel away from the traditional hotkey rotation based MMOs.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, from what you're talking about, it kind of also sounds like Dragon Age.
I never really played much of that game. I only barely scratched the surface on that one.
Yeah, I played all of them and loved all of them, especially on how the stories tie together.
Yeah, I think it's time to go do some. That's right. I'm gonna go to the dragon area. So I've only used a couple as a test, but should I just save my EXP things until I hit 40 and do those advanced missions, or should I just be using them
I would
all the
use
time?
I would use the lower ones right now, just so it gives you that little bit of an extra boost. But save the higher level ones, like your 150% and up, for later on.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any 150s yet, but here, let me go to my storage. Like, I've just been kind of holding on to them since I've been doing, all the introductory and starter missions, all that. They've been giving you a pretty good amount of EXP for your first character.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and it'd been going by fairly quickly, but I was getting to the point where things were slowing down more. But I haven't used any of my tri-boost stuff yet. But yeah, like I got 42 of the 50% EXP boosts.
Oh yeah, just use them.
I got 6 of the 75%, then I got like 10 of each of the 50 and 100% for the tri-boost ones.
Yeah, use your lower level or lower ones for now,
Yeah.
and then you'll end up getting the higher level ones later.
Yeah, I don't know, my intuition was telling me, after with all the stuff I've watched, either between what Brian or other people have done, and like how fast I was leveling, it's like, maybe I should just hold off for a little bit and use these, you know, when I get to higher content and when I start learning about those like advanced things that you need the passes and stuff for. I was like, yeah, that's probably where I need to use most of them.
Yeah.
Through all the levels. But yeah, about for the first week though, like some of the bonuses and stuff I got, I didn't realize I needed to go to that Visiphone thing
Mm-hmm.
and collect them all.
So they were
And
all just sitting there.
yeah, there's a huge amount of stuff sitting there. There's even like the welcome to Xbox, Microsoft ones, and yeah, there was a bunch of like tri-boosts and other things in there. So I was like, oh wow, that's actually kind of nice. So
also go to your title counter, because you'll get different boosts and things and grinders and all kinds of stuff from there too. You know where the
I think I've seen that somewhere before. Where's the title counter?
so on the or in the gate plaza, right next to where you pick up your missions. Not so if you're looking at where you pick up your missions at, she is on the left hand side.
Oh, title keeper. Yeah, I don't think I've talked to her.
Yeah, there should be. If you haven't talked to her, you probably have quite a few of them in there.
Oh yeah, there's even more tri-boosters and other stuff. Cool.
Yeah, so check with her every once in a while, and you should be able to receive a bunch of things. And if you do your daily logins and whatnot, you'll be able to get a couple things. Their campaign their daily login campaign right now is for half-scape dolls. So if you fall while in a mission or anything, if you don't have anybody there to pick you up, you just use one of those and it'll bring you up.
Yeah, I've had to use those several times, like on a boss. Like I don't know what big skills come in and just get flattened.
Yeah. It's my
And that was one of my frustrations in the beginning was, you know, I'd watched the videos on like, you know, trying to do things efficiently, you know, gaining the most experience, doing your dailies and all that. But, you know, I went over to the dailies and like the quest itself doesn't like, he's like, go do this suppression. And I'm like, okay, but where? You know, it doesn't tell me anywhere in the quest, and I didn't realize that I had to go into the filter and be like, okay, if I'm gonna go to the forest, you know, I need to, it'll tell me what dailies are in the forest, so I at least know where I'm going.
right.
Even then, some of them I had to learn that I'm like, oh, they don't even show up as, you know, the list of monsters you fight on the forest. They're like one of the activators, so you had to like run around in certain areas of a region, you know, to get them to spawn.
Yeah, it
or
doesn't
whatnot. So,
doesn't like to hold your hand.
yeah, like a lot of it is very vague. So I've had to do a lot of Google searches on like specific like monsters and all that to figure out like how to get them to unlock or what they are.
Ooh, there's another emergency quest coming up.
Yeah,
no,
just
no,
for the-
it just ended. My fault.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah, it was the Daybreak province. You just kind of run around in circles, killing a bunch of boss monsters. And yeah, and take advantage of the urgent quests or the emergency quests whenever you can.
Oh, not just for the daily or the weekly, huh?
Yeah, take like do as many of the emergency quests as you can as well. They'll help boost you.
Are you just talking EXP wise, or is there any like
Some
drop
of
type things you're looking for, or whatever?
some of the gear drops are really good. And you said you're like 30 something right now.
I'm 37 right now.
Okay, so you probably at this point you're probably looking at the Dio weapons. And then once you hit like 40 or something, 40, 45, you're probably going to want to be looking at the Sigma weapons.
Yeah, I don't know all the different levels of the higher weapons. The only reason I'd heard about the Dio ones was when I saw that I capped some items to level 10. It said I needed like some spheres to unlock them to go to the next 10 levels.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to watch a video, and they said, yeah, the best way to get them is to go like farm Dio weapons and then convert them into materials or something like that. So I may have to go watch that again, because I don't remember what region they said to go get those Dio things again.
They just kind of drop.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know the one video I watched had mentioned like a specific area, so once I get to that point, I'll look into it again. Yeah, my first thing was I was just trying to get to level 40 and then maybe start dabbling in those advanced missions or whatever. 'Cause that was another thing, as part of one of the welcome gifts. So where's in the storage? See, what were those things called?
The advanced capsules?
Yeah, well, those passes, they have the capsules. Yeah, they gave you 10 of each
Mm-hmm.
as a welcome gift, and when I was seeing that, basically just as you're leveling up, you go through A, B, and C, just kind of keep cycling through them. I was like, oh, well, that's nice. Then once I get up to do them, I'll go give it a shot. I'll already have like a surplus of stuff to go try them.
Yeah, and as you go through each advanced quest, so you use your advanced capsules A to go through something, the enemies will drop advanced capsules B. Advanced capsule B quests will drop C. C will drop A.
Yeah, and it just keeps circling.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, come on. Did you assign your subclass yet? Or did I ask you that already?
No, not yet. Actually, I picked up the quest just a little bit ago,
Oh, okay.
and that was one reason I was going to the volcanic area. I'd picked up a bunch of quests for that area, and then apparently the subquest wanted me to go there.
Yeah. You'll have to do
Build.
forest and, what? Ah, froze me. Yeah, you'll have to do forest and volcanic to and unlock or kill the boss monsters there.
Gotcha. I was also looking into the stuff, based around, mags and all that, and I'm glad I didn't go too far into my mag after watching a video on it. They were talking about, trying to make a pure mag that's, just one whole stat thing. you know, I had just been dabbling, you know, putting stuff, making my ranger power go up.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw, you know, dexterity was going up a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, it kind of goes with my stuff, but then after watching the mag video and other stuff, like other than specific classes,
Come on.
you didn't really do much with dex in the first place because
Yeah.
your gains and damage and stuff, you got a lot more from just, you know, your general ranger power, your gear itself. And I was like, okay, so yeah, yeah, I got 3 levels into dex on my mag, but I was able to stop there, and I just used that furniture stuff.
Yeah, also your monomates and trimates, dimates will also de-level dexterity pretty well.
Oh, it will actually de-level it?
Well, it'll take it down to, like, if it's at level 3, like you said, it's just going to take it down to the start of level 3 instead of continuing to level it.
Well, that was the one thing. Is there any way to actually straight up de-level it, or are you just
Yes.
stuck?
Yes, there are mag level reduction devices, but your mag needs to be level 101 to be able to use them.
Okay. Well, my thought is, worst case scenario, I have a level 197 ranger power mag with 3 into dex. I mean, it's like, I doubt that was really going to kill me.
No, it's not. It's not going to make a huge difference. I know. I have 4 mags right now. 1 for each. Oh, son of a. Yeah,
Well,
1
that was
for
the other
each thing.
when I was watching that, was I watching that right, to where if I use my other 2 free slots to build up mags, like, you can use the different mags between characters?
Yes.
Or, okay, so I did read that right.
And you'll end up getting like a mag feed kit at some point.
Uh-huh.
That will give you, I think it's 50 of each of the melee, range, tech, and dex feed items. That if you had a level 1 mag, it'll take it to like level 68.
Oh, that's cool.
So once you get those, you'll be able to level up your mag with whatever food device you want it to pretty easily.
Yeah. Was a little bit happy with myself. I was, when I was looking at the quest tree on, you know, how I wanted my ranger class to be, you know, it looked like, you know, it was, unlike the gunner one, it was more like a, you know, like a big heavy hitter,
Mm-hmm.
you know, type range build. So I was kind of tweaking with all the different skills on how I'd want that once I hit level 75. And then I went in, saw a pretty good video of a guy showing, you know, the skills he picked and levels and all that. And yeah, I'd say I was roughly about, you know, 80% the same. And all that. I was like, okay, well, I feel like I'm doing something right then, I guess. Yeah, there were certain skills that they had only kept at like level 1 or something, because I guess I had misinterpreted on how I thought that skill worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the main ones was I had like one of the trap things leveled out to 10, because I thought it made like not just like the trap stronger. Like, no, I was looking at like the. Oh no, I know it was. I was looking at the PP gain trap thing, and I thought maxing that out, you know, gave you more those, the PP mana points or whatever you call them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and then when I watched his thing, he's like, no, you only need to put 1 point into that. And then, you max out these other skills to do the same thing that I wanted to do. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, speaking of mags, let's feed mine.
Yeah, I don't know about the higher levels, but I was kind of surprised, like, how fast their recharge thing comes around. I was like, oh, these guys level up quick.
Yeah, my highest one right now is my, for my melee at 119. Slowly getting them there.
Yeah, I was, keeping all my, like, ranged and bow gear and stuff, for my mag or, leveling up purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of selling the other stuff to get it out of the inventory. But I was thinking, like, well, didn't really have any plans to do like a melee or like a tech character or something like that yet, but thought it might be a smart idea, at least for the mag, to keep some of that gear.
Right.
And just put it into the mags at a bare minimum. Oh, did the other guy leave, I guess?
Jared, you still there?
I just like heard the disconnect sound, so I assumed it was
Yeah, it looks like he
the other
left.
guy.
Yeah, it looks like he left. It's okay.
So how many people are within the PSO work the game community?
In the Alliance or just in
Or
general?
I'd say in the Alliance.
Give me 1 second, I can give you a number.
I didn't know like how active it was outside of just a total number.
Let's take a look who's on. Well, it looks like we only got 5 on at the moment, but we have a total of 58 people in the Alliance right now.
Okay. How many on average, like throughout the day, are normally on?
Well, I'm usually only on about this time, and I usually only see about between 5 and 10 people on.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting huge numbers in this game since it was kind of more of a niche game.
I don't know.
But I at least wanted to join up. I mean, I'd known the work to game guys for a number of years now. I actually used to live out in Arizona. They had a get together one time and was actually able to meet Chris and Brian once, so that was kind of cool.
Nice. I just started doing the podcast with Brian not too long ago for PSO.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so if you listen to that, you'll hear me on there.
Yeah, if I get my equipment up and running, I'd actually kind of thought about talking with them, especially when games like New World and stuff come out. I don't know if I'll have my equipment by then, but then
I
thought it'd be
mean,
kind of cool to maybe discuss, kind of like state of the game or how you felt things were going on.
your mic and everything sounds fine, so I don't see any issues with
Oh, well, just
that
for
on it.
talking, that's one thing, but if I was to, actually, do it, put in video with it as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right now, I'm just kind of having fun testing out skills.
Oh, yeah, I should probably switch that skill.
I know I picked up some like cosmic satellite skill for my assault rifle. Thought it was kind of funny. Just calling down a big ass beam from space or something like that. I don't know how efficient it is, it just made me laugh. Certain I didn't do all of them. I may have to go Google. There's one volcanic quest I didn't complete. I had to defeat something called Cat Redden. I
Oh,
assumed
yeah,
it was just
yeah.
one of the guys that you have to get to spawn and.
Now, if it's a name, like if it sounds like it's a named thing and it's only
Yeah.
kill one of them, it's usually like one of the bosses.
Well, yeah, that was it, but the main boss at the end of the volcanic place was something called a Vol Dragon, which was another quest. But then I've noticed some of them that are, yeah, they're like named.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them are just like bigger bigger guys. Yeah, but then some of them were, I don't know, when they do those like activation events,
Yeah.
that like that's the only time they pop up. So that's what I thought that guy was. But I've noticed going in with just a random party, if they have no idea that's what you're trying to do, they just kind of slowly work their way to the end.
Yeah, they just kind of blow through it.
Yeah, and I've been just, just trying to maximize experience and do those quests. I would just go in with like a team of 3 NPCs and, clear all the quests and then do the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at least getting a better hang of it, I guess.
I
I know
mean,
you're talking about sub-quests, but I kind of need to, as far as just, quote-unquote, like, meta stuff goes, there was like 2 builds that I'd seen, but I hadn't really, with any effort, looked into what I need to be doing with my sub-quest. I'll need to spend some time doing that. Or sub-quest, subclass.
there's a couple ways that you can go about it. Like, so I leveled up my hunter first. I have my hunter at 75 right now,
Uh-huh.
and its survivability is through the freaking roof. Like, my character will automatically use the monomate or dimate or trimate items just to heal himself. If there's a large attack that would take me down completely, it'll actually leave me standing with 1 HP and it gives an invulnerability for I think like 15 seconds or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Plus, you can end up buying rings that will buff your abilities or give you abilities of another class. So I have a ring that will actually auto heal me every 10 seconds. That is kind of like the summoner's auto heal. So I'm auto healing. I have an invulnerability at 1 HP. I automatically use my healing items. Like, and my defense is ridiculous.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, but that was the thing is with the subclasses, I didn't know if it was like Final Fantasy to where you start mixing matching skills you're allowed to use,
so
or is it, or like
yeah,
the weapons as well, or something like that.
so you should be able to use the same weapons as your subclass as well. So once my fighter gets his strength high enough, I can use my hunter weapons as a fighter instead and benefit from its positional abilities and things like that.
What type of weapons does the hunter use?
Uh, Swords, which is just this giant, like claymore looking sized sword.
Oh yeah, that's right. The hunter was like the standard guy, or like the poster guy,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, he's the big ass sword. That's right.
What else? Uses the wired lance, which is kind of like a dual whip kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Also uses partisans, which are pretty much just pole arms.
Gotcha.
The fighter, on the other hand, uses twin daggers, knuckles, and dual sabers. Which the dual saber is just a lance with two blades on it.
That's right. I need to do the forest part for the subquest thing now.
Do you want me to help you out with that?
I mean, sure, if you want to come, that's fine with me. I haven't had any trouble yet difficulty-wise, but knowing how or where certain monsters spawn. Like, there's one other quest I started picking up a bunch of the quests from that Hans guy as well, because they gave a lot of EXP and whatnot. And one of them was I had to kill the Fang Banshee, which is the final boss in the forest. But then there's like the Fang Bancer, which I assumed was just one of the activation event.
No, there's
bosses.
actually one of the forest things that will have you fight both of them at the same time, as in the final area.
Okay, I guess you would just have to show me how to do that then, or something, or do you just have to wander around and find it?
No, it's in the final area, the final boss area. It's once you get there, you fight both of them at the same time.
Okay.
Let me look. It's not that one.
And now set up the quest, I guess.
Well, we gotta meet up someplace here.
Oh, I can't just like invite you or something like that?
Well, I gotta be on the same block. Where is
Right.
It's...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just realized, yeah, I'm on block 53 right now, I guess.
53.
Yeah, because I was going to work on that one. That was the other thing with my dailies that was frustrating. is I finally just said screw it. Like a lot of the dailies were for regions I hadn't unlocked yet. So it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go unlock every single region first. You know, I took what quests I could, and then now I have no more regions to unlock, at least for now. So at least when I do the daily quest, I have all the different areas.
Yeah, you said 53, right?
Yeah.
And on the subclass quest, which you said you already did the.
Yeah, I did the volcano one, so I just need to do the forest one now.
Okay. So I just sent you a party invitation. So, main quest, expeditions, forest exploration.
So you're pretty flashy. What are you, like, Phoenix Gundam or something like that?
No, uh, so every Fantasy Star game that I've played, I've had this color scheme, but then they put the wings in with this for the Dark Omens campaign, or the Dark Omens AC scratch that was going on, and I thought it looked really cool. So
Nifty. Been buying these drinks, but I guess these higher level drinks you can't have unless you have the monthly subscription. Is that what that is?
with the A next to it,
Yeah.
yeah, those cost. You would need the monthly subscription, or to buy the Arcs Cash to use
I
them.
gotcha.
So
Oh,
let's.
who's this person?
Just somebody that jumped in.
Oh, just a random.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna bring in a Braver. Make sure you got your XP boosts and everything on.
Actually, I think I need to pull another one out.
Yeah, go for it.
I know that's why I'd been kind of hoarding these things. Is I don't know, just the sheer amount of MMOs I've played. When something looks very useful,
No,
half
they.
the time it's best to just hold on to it till you realize like when's the best time to use it.
No, they'll hand those
Okay.
things out like candy. Just get a starting position.
Yeah. Yeah, and so from what I saw, you can use the EXP, the Tri Boost, and the dailies. They all compound on top of each other.
Yes.
So I'll need to eventually be doing that. What difficulty is this on?
Hard.
Hard, yeah. I guess it would have to be I don't have very hard unlocked yet. That was on one of my next things on the to-do list. Since it looked like it just opened up.
Yeah, subclass reach level 2, nice. No, I can only go through a quest at the slowest difficulty for whatever people were with.
Uh-huh. So you're saying in the final area,
Well, that's.
saying Dancer and Banshee will show up?
I don't know if that's going to be this one, but in here, the things that you need to kill for your sub class quest should show up.
Yeah, because that was one of the side things. Forget its name.
Yeah, they should show up in here someplace. It's like this giant armadillo looking thing.
You just gotta keep wandering around till it pops up.
Just kill a bunch of things, it'll pop in eventually.
Oh, is that the trigger requirement?
I have no idea. I just usually run around and they show up.
That's all I've been doing too. Actually, I saw a thing that, yeah, one thing I didn't like was how the switching in between the sub palettes worked and the weapons. I thought they were linked together.
No.
But then I found a macro thing that you can do within the game to where you can link them together. So
Okay.
I wanted to do that eventually.
Yeah, I know on... So, do you use keyboard and mouse or controller?
Nah, I use keyboard and mouse.
Okay, so on your number pad, 7, 8, and 9, we'll actually switch those as well.
What's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
On mine 7, 8, 9 is that's where like all my monomate and all that stuff is.
No, not on your not on your keyboard numbers, on your number pad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the thing I was looking at, I guess it does a similar thing, but it does switches the weapon. It's like a command you had to set up for it.
Oh.
And you can put them in like your...
Yeah, you can
like,
find.
you're showing them in
palette.
like your F keys or something like that. And yeah, it would switch your weapon and sub palette at the same time. I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I want. Because with the playstyle I was looking at, yeah, there's times I want to instantly be able to switch, you know, to my AoE weapon or back to my single target weapon, you know, and be able to do that fluidly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I was seeing that at first, that I would have to use my scroll thing, then hit the G or the H key, and I'm like, that's way too many buttons in the middle of a fight. That's stupid.
8 o'clock. Trying to get that subclass unlock for there, Chris.
These guys need to stop crashing their ships.
That's what they're good at.
Are you in mission right now?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to help get the subclass unlock here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I played this game briefly when you had to download it and play on the Japanese servers years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I got beyond like level like 20 or something. As it was just me, didn't really have anyone to play with.
Right.
Not to mention translations were only okay at best.
Well, now it's completely patched, so...
Oh yeah. Well, not only do they have English voice actors for everything, but back then, like, I mean, somebody was really dedicated to the game to where I would say about 90% of the game, like all the text and stuff was translated. So you knew mostly what was going on, but some of the finer aspects of the game, you're just like, huh?
Right.
What's this thing? Oh, a rock bear is about to come out. I think I had a quest for that where I had to kill one.
Oh, and it's a capture.
Oh, is that how the capture thing works? You take it, you
Yeah,
lure
we
'em
gotta
back?
learn. Yeah, we gotta lure him down to that purple dot. But knowing everybody, they're just gonna kill it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'd gotten a couple of capture ones, but you know I'd always killed it. I was like, well, how the hell do you capture it? You know, I need like an item. And then I saw, like, that's another thing that I've been needing to do is need to pay attention to that lady more.
Which one?
Or you know when they do the prompts on the screen, they actually tell you what you need to do.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
like during a boss fight, they'll like say something's coming.
Right.
Like I don't ever pay attention to that. Like that one. Like in the, I think it's, I don't know if it was Coast or Seabed. You face off some like dragon water monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he does like a big like AoE bomb splash that he charges up, and I have no idea how to dodge that yet.
I just tumble and hope for the best.
That's why I'm just like,
Hey,
okay,
Clock.
It hits me.
How's it going,
The
man?
only way to stop it that I know of is to use the laser to hit his head, and it pulls him to the deck.
Yeah, and then sometimes if you do
I
that,
was wondering if it like that was the only one that I'd seen like guns pop up.
Yeah, because the
whoa,
chargeable one can yank him to the deck.
Gotcha.
so
Yeah, I learned that after dying multiple times to him.
yeah. So I don't know if you saw the armadillo-looking thing over here.
I saw it keel over.
Yeah, that's the thing. That, I mean, if you're in the vicinity, it should have triggered it.
Now I can look at my client order real quick.
If not, there's another couple right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. So those are the ones that just randomly come up then.
Yeah.
So the subclass thing is done, and the only other one I had was the Fang Bancer, and
Yeah, I gotta remember which exploration that is.
it said Forest, but is it one of like the subquest explorations that has them both in it? That was the one you said it would have the Fang Banshee and Bancer in it?
Yeah, there's one that has you fight both of them. I just can't remember which one it is.
Gotcha.
Chris, I got my nemesis weapon.
I'll go look at the list since I'm chilling in lobby. I was just enhancing my second Circuray armor piece.
Nice.
Yeah. I finally got 2 of them. It's like maybe I can take one more hit now.
How far did you grind your nemesis?
I think it's a +7 right now. But I need to get more lambda grinders. I don't have any.
If you got casino coins, you can buy 30 from there.
Yeah, I bought 20 of them the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I usually buy them out each week.
Yeah, I bought 20 of them the other day, so I gotta wait for that.
Yeah, I think your best bet might be to grind up a 12-star to use as fodder.
That's what I do.
So you don't have to use as much lambda.
Okay.
Yeah, I feed usually like plus 30, 12 stars to my 13 stars.
Okay, I guess I'll just initiate to teleport if what's her ass isn't gonna.
A lot of Masetta instead of Lambert grinders.
It's okay, they're only randoms.
was the Fang Banshee you wanted, not the Banshee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Banser.
Hey, you got level 39. Nice.
Yay. That was my goal, try to get to level 40 and try to go to that area that every video I've watched said it's like you need to go do your capsule pass places. That's where you get all your experience and everything. Actually need to go clean out my inventory again, I think. Ah, that was nice. Got a couple of rare guns.
Yay, inventory management, the mini game within the game.
Yep. So if I saw that, you have a specific character storage and then like a general one, I guess that's across all accounts.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to debate if I like the game enough to do the premium stuff. I have a tendency to do it, but since I was just playing this one for fun, for now I wasn't really too worried about it. There seemed to be more than plenty to do.
Oh, there's a lot to do.
Without having to go to premium yet.
Yeah, I mean, you can play the game completely free.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I do.
That was
Mostly
my
just-
thing is, since I'd been splitting my time between this and Warzone.
It mostly
you
seems
know-
like just like quality of life stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I saw,
Well,
and which is kind of nice in a number of ways, but my thought process was, you know, unless I really get into the game a lot harder time-wise, then I'd probably just stay free to play because I was thinking I'd probably end up be moving over to that New World game in August anyway, if it, you know, if they keep the release date.
Right.
That, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing out of Premiere that I would really want would be the personal shop. I want to be able to sell my Nemesis katana so I could buy a bow.
Yeah,
That was one thing I saw you can have. Like, can you sell stuff just normally on a personal
No.
shop for free to play, or you have to have?
Unless you get the ticket from the fund, they said, and I've been trying and I failed every time. I have 11 personal quarter tickets though now. Stupid things.
yeah,
Um,
I have premium, so I put stuff up on the shop all the time.
It's
Yeah,
one
I
of the
bet.
things I'm not so much worried about it money-wise, but at the same time, it was just like, yeah, I don't know how. I'm just playing the game more for enjoyment, trying to get at least one class to max level and, you know, have fun more solo this time around.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing so far.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV was the exact opposite, you know. Full-blown free company, you know, trying to go for the highest savage stuff, you know, being a tryhard, all that.
I'm thinking I'll probably play PSO2 until we get Genshin Impact and Blue Protocol. Those are the two I'm waiting for.
Icarus Whiprock.
Someone saying they knew which mission we needed to go do. Kill the man.
Tundra has the Snow Banshee.
Nah, I think it's just the regular one.
Nah, I'm just looking, yeah, for the regular one.
But I haven't seen a single quest that says Fang Banshee. They always call him Snow.
Yeah, the Fang one is the forest area one.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to figure out where that guy is.
Icarus Whiplocky one. Chris?
Hold on, let me leave this.
And a live concert's about to start for anybody that wants to watch it.
They're waiting.
Yeah, what boost does that give again?
It gives you, I think, 30% try boost for like an hour and something.
So just a regular concert, no encore, will give you a tri boost for an hour. A concert with an encore will give you a tri boost for 2 hours.
That's why the one last time lasted so long, had encore.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I liked about their thing is it wasn't like cumulative time. It was only time when you're in a combat area.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, okay, well at least you get to maximize it.
Mm.
Oh, okay, here it is. It's in subquests, time attacks, running maneuvers, the various. So that's what I gotta go to. Where's that list?
What block are you on?
53. Oh, I gotta.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Fang Bancer. Oh, so that's where some of these other named ones that I've been trying to. Shit.
Alright, where are you at?
I'm up at the class, dude. I was gonna change my class, see if you want to run the Circle Jerk of Ultimate Quests.
Alright. Well, I can do that with Braver now, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and after the concert's going to be the virtual urgent quest for the whatever the new one is. Well, it's the like I'm blanking on the name.
The virtual world urgent, whatever.
Yeah, the one
Thank
with
you.
the content that's for the future that we don't have yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for episode
that
4.
one.
The one that you can get the things to trade for Rising Weapon Badge too.
Yeah, that's where I got both my Stark Ray armor pieces from, was trading Rising Badge. I actually haven't had any drop yet.
I've only done a handful of the story quests, but I did kind of have to chuckle a little bit. I had
Jeez.
watched some of the Phantasy Star anime that came out not too long ago. I was like, oh, it's more or less the same storyline.
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same storyline.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, it's like a twist on the story. It's like, okay.
Oh god, this sword is obnoxious.
Which sword is it?
The Nemesis sword.
Oh.
I got a tail now, though.
Is the sword what
Wow.
your main weapon that you use on your main?
Yeah, my main's a hunter.
Ah, nice.
That is an obnoxious sword. Holy cow. I don't like
know the
that.
sad part is the katana I got. I could on the personal shop you can sell it as much as the katana as someone selling a 35 plus Nemesis bow. I'm so sad.
Oof.
I can buy all maxed out Nemesis bow for the price of my katana, and I can't sell the katana. It's fine.
There
I
we
want
go,
the
that
shop
looks-
tickets.
That looks better. That's less obnoxious.
Person's definitely ready for the concert. They got the little glow sticks and everything. Yeah, I thought Final Fantasy was all about the glamour. This game takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah.
Fashion Star Online.
Fashion Star Online. That's probably what it ends up being, just like Final Fantasy. You get to the end of the game and all you're searching for is new clothes to wear.
That is endgame.
Glamour is endgame.
That
looks like
is and always will be the running meme in Final Fantasy XIV. Glamour's the end game.
looks like we got the chair section going over here.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'll just hover over here. Yeah, that's the one thing that I remembered. The character I made, like all those years ago on the Japan server, when I dabbled in it, I basically just recreated the best I could remember with this character.
Which wings are those?
They are the... Oh, what are they? They're from the Black... They're yeah, Wings of Darkness. They're from the Black Omens.
I was just like, those look really cool on the casts.
Yeah. Which ones are yours, Chris? They're the...
Mine are the antique wings.
From last week's...
Fresh Vine.
Fresh Finds, yeah. So I grabbed the tail from this week's and put that on.
Yeah, I don't want wings or anything like that. I just, since I'm a robot, I hope I just get the ability to just turn into a tank one day and I just drive around.
Well, I think it's episode 5 they're introducing the Dark Blasts, so you get to turn into a big horrible monster that destroys everything.
Ooh, sounds awesome.
Sounds satisfying.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I do like my class advisor lady. I remembered her from the anime. The psycho robot that just wants to murder everything. She's hilarious.
Risa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reese.
I love how we have the chair section.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Alright. First saw someone use a chair emote, I'm just like, I want that.
No, this is the one funny thing is what this game came out over 8 years ago.
It's having its
And I
8th
know
anniversary here pretty soon.
Yeah, I know it evolved over time, but they have a ridiculous amount of ways to level up or like the growth of your character with all the different things that can make you stronger or for utility and all that.
Oh yeah.
But then we got games that I was hoping for that would be good, like Anthem, and they haven't learned a damn thing.
Well, Anthem 2.0 should be coming out here shortly. Well, look what...
I thought they stopped all production on Anthem 2.0.
no.
Am I wrong on that?
No, they had to slow down on production because of the virus and everything, but they haven't stopped it completely yet.
Oh, okay. I thought they just straight up cut the funding for that. They said, nah, we're just going to move on to other projects. But, well, my thing, I enjoyed that game until you got up to the end game stuff, and they thought just having a bang your head against the wall, bare basic looter shooter was all they needed to do. And I was just like, yeah, the Divisions thought the same thing, and it took them over a year to redo their game to make it something that was actually good.
Can't believe what we started.
Everyone's jumping.
Well, I stopped.
Loser.
But
No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, that was the thing that was dumb, is a huge AAA game in the Division made that mistake. They lost a huge portion of their player base before they fixed the game and made it good. And all Anthem had to do was learn from that mistake, among a number of other games, like Destiny included. And no, they thought pretty scenery would be better and keep everyone engaged.
I mean, it does look gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it does, but at the same time, I mean, that's not what keeps people in the game.
True. Apparently we got a rock and roll star going on, too.
This guy's bored. He's reading a Bible or something. Hey, I know that character. That was Umaro-chan.
Do barrel.
The only book of mode I think I have is the Branch of Spell book.
I get the feeling some of those are personal made emotes that they put pictures in or something.
They are. All of them are fan made.
Ah, gotcha. That's what we need to do with our AAA games then. You know, we'll let these big game developers develop all the scenery, the storyline and stuff if they really want. Then we'll ship it off to Japanese developers to put in all the stuff that, you know, a million different ways to build your character that will keep the players in the game after they complete the story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's one thing I've always liked about these games. It's just like so many things to build up and do. Just to keep you busy.
And 8 years later, and they're adding a new Scion class.
That fourth one. Well, Atoll was added last year or something. Hey there, the real Carl. How's it going? Carl, why are you eating hands, Carl?
I think my least favorite costume is that rappy one, because when they use it on the field, I want to shoot them every time I see it.
Right. It just, it does not look good.
Okay, what the hell? They said this concert was starting soon. I want a refund.
It's
2
on
minutes.
my ticket.
You got, it's a free concert. Stop it. Shut your mouth.
Beggars can't be choosers. Come on now.
I may be playing free to play, but I feel like some compensation is due. What the hell?
Okay, that's way too much text for me to read at that point.
Something about a guard looking at somebody, and then it disappeared.
Took an arrow to the knee.
It's okay. My internet was out for like 3 weeks. I got suckered into playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I've seen commercials and stuff about that.
Yeah, I got a lot of ads for that game.
Oh yeah, like there's a ton of commercials and they were like all over YouTube. Still are forever, but
There we go, there's our concert.
I normally don't like mobile games in general though, just with how they're just all the gacha games and all that stuff. You know, this one's no different. I mean, it's entertaining, but there's no way in hell I'm spending money on this game. Like, the game is built against you. You can put hundreds of dollars into it and still feel like you've accomplished nothing.
If anything, the inventory expansion is worth it.
Oh, I'll expand my inventory, but I'm just going to use the little cash that I have. I'd like to get up to 200. I'm only at 100 right now, but it starts costing millions, like per 10 slots. No one cares. Give me my buffs. Am I being too cruel?
I'm gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, I think the last time I came at like the tail end of the concert and somehow accidentally got the buff.
As long as you're in the shopping plaza vicinity, you'll get it.
Yeah, because I was just talking to that dude behind us that gives you. He goes over like a lot of the basic systems in the beginning. I noticed I had a buff.
Jan.
Did that guy just message why she says they're singing encore instead of the fight thing?
Yeah, this is usually what she sings as an encore.
Yeah, this was a special one that only was gonna pop up like once each week.
Yeah, and
she just does this.
She only does the encore and you get a 2-hour buff, so you don't have to listen to...
No, this one's still gonna only be the hour. There is no encore for this one this week. Or for this concert this time around.
So wait, I'm getting cheated out of a whole hour? I'm starting to like this game less and less now. I don't know. The weebs are coming out in full force. The messages are getting weirder and weirder.
The art ones.
Just wait till the boobs start popping up.
Yeah, the funny thing about this Raid Shadow Legends is the only reason I got into it is I watched too many of those MXR Plays videos. They were always, I guess they had to deal with them, and they were always advertising their thing on their YouTube videos they did. It was kind of funny.
Kind of sad that he slowed down on his mod videos.
Yeah, I subscribed to him a couple of weeks ago. They've been my quarantine entertainment. I mean, the slowdown was only recently, right? Because I thought in their last video they said they like moved or something.
Yeah,
So
there was that, and I think he had like some lawsuit or something because they were demonetizing all of his videos.
I like how that was a running theme in his thing, always getting demonetized. But
It's because he kept messing up.
I took a look at his Patreon page, though. I mean, they had over 13,000 subscribers, so it's not exactly like he's hurting for money, just not getting money from YouTube.
Right.
Wasn't their stuff normally like anything they've had to worry about like law-wise was all around like, you know, copyright stuff or.
There was that, and also he was doing a series where he did adult mods. And like an idiot, he was posting the links in the description. And YouTube was not okay with that.
I didn't realize he was doing that. I thought the uncensored stuff was only on his Patreon. So yeah, if you're posting links to it, yeah, that's not smart. I don't know, but I guess it makes sense. I had to face palm with both of them, didn't realize who Mike Pence was in a video they were watching. I think Jeannie went, it's just like, I think he's in politics. We're like, wait, what? Like, how do you not know who the vice president is? So, is this concert singing NPC, is she one of the main characters in the story or something? Or is she just a side person?
Yeah, she's important in, I think, chapter 1 and then never again.
Yeah, I guess I may have to go back and look at the story. Like I just remembered vaguely long ago that you never actually had to go to the story, but I didn't know if there was any reason to do it, like if it unlocked anything.
It's a good way to get SG.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of star gems.
Yeah, it's SG, and if you complete episodes 1 and 2, you get something that, or currencies that you can use to get weapon camos from Zig up here at the shopping plaza.
There
Okay,
is also a weapon camo you just get, I think, in chapter 2.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw some of those camos. I was trying to look for ones for like assault rifle or launcher, and unless I was blind, I didn't see it.
There is none.
Well, there's 3.
Well, from the photon drop or
Yeah, the photon.
booster.
Yeah,
Wait, I was just talking just from that Zig guy. I went over there and it just looked like everything was a melee weapon or like a scepter or something. I
yeah,
was like, okay, well.
yeah. Up on the second floor of the shopping plaza, there is. We call them the ladies of the red light district. Ah, here goes my camera.
Oh yeah, up above. Yeah, I saw that like, people just called it like the red area or the red glowy area or something.
Yeah, the ladies of the
Okay,
red light
well,
district.
I guess I got the buff.
Yeah, it takes it a second for it to kick in.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it. I didn't see it yet.
Turn it down.
And there's the buff.
Yep, your little music note.
Music note pops up. Ah, there it goes. Well, that one's 2 hours.
Probably
Okay.
because it was the encore version.
Yeah, got 25% try boost. Actually, they gypped me out of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but okay.
2 minutes we just stood here.
Yeah. Like how they already have the American stuff in here for 4th of July.
Yeah, it'll be here until the 7th, I believe.
Yeah, I need to do a few more of those. I saw some things in there that I thought were kind of interesting, at least. Right. Okay, so if I did the personal try boost, that wouldn't overwrite the concert try boost, would it?
No, it would just add to it.
Yeah, they're separate.
Okay. Good. Righty. And then tonight, my Aethel will be level 60. Finally have my second level 60.
Nice.
I felt slightly stupid. I didn't look, but the very last boss on Brutal, you actually have a chance like it'll drop banners. And I thought the only place I could do that was in the spider cave thing, and I could just barely do the one that gives banners but also gives rings and amulets as well, so thought I might test out that last boss to see if he consistently gives banners out, because that'd be kind of nice. That'd be a big boost to stats just by having an item I don't have. I don't know. If anything, it's entertaining when you're on the road and have no game to play. Yeah. It's fun to watch other people blow a ridiculous amount of money on this game, but you're just like, geez. I don't know, even if I was a popular streamer, I'd probably hyperventilate if I dropped hundreds or thousands of dollars into a mobile game.
So, do you want to just do the circle jerk of ultimate quests, or do you want to do the VR thing?
Well, I mean, we do have like 20 minutes until the urgent.
Yeah, let's see what we can do in the ultimate quest there. Which one you want to do, the underground shafts or the forest?
Well, it doesn't look like anybody does underground shafts.
They do some, but not a lot.
Okay, we'll just stick with forest then.
I'll come with you guys if you're gonna do the urgent afterwards.
Yeah, sure.
Where'd you guys run off to? Do you go back to gate area?
Yeah, well, I'm in gate area right now. Do you have a level 70?
Yeah, I'm 75.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it quits for tonight, so anything, thanks for the invite to the Alliance.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah. Alright. You guys have fun.
Hey, see you later.
See you.
See ya.
Okay, I sent you the party invite.
Should something pop up?
Yes. Me.
Cause, like, I don't see... Where would I see the invite?
Invite to party.
Yeah, it should just pop up on your screen.
Huh.
If it doesn't, if you hit your escape key and then tab, it might pop up in there.
Tab didn't do anything.
Okay.
It's weird.
If you
Maybe I did something in settings?
escape, let's see. If you do escape, then community, party commands. There might.
Yeah, there's nothing in here.
There's nothing that says join party, or your join party isn't highlighted.
No, it's blank still.
Really?
Huh. Is there a setting that could block them? Maybe I accidentally clicked it on or something?
Not that I know of.
Would- Is your party invite decline settings checked?
Party invite decline part. No, it's not checked.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Notifications.
How do I select?
Oh,
the
okay.
control?
Okay. So if you go into your options, go to notification settings, and the very first one is party invitation.
Yeah, it says display.
Huh. Okay. So if you go to community, nearby players, party, or you click on my character's name, go to party. I don't know if it'll say join party or anything like that there.
It just says invite party when I do that.
Okay.
Huh. That's really weird. Oh, I got mail. What was that?
I just promoted you to a member instead of a peripheral.
Oh, I was like, mail? I don't have my auxiliary out right now.
Okay, try to send it that way. Let's try to send it that way. It's really weird that it's not just showing up for you there.
Yeah. Not like I've tested it before. I've never joined a party before. Other than on the field.
Huh.
What if we
Yeah, let me see if I can
Okay.
create a...
yeah, or start the mission? You can search for us on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, active recruitment... join password is going to be...
Even if we just do something like start a forest expedition, just to search for active parties to join.
I should be able to join if you just go to the ultimate though, same way.
Yeah, so...
Unless
True. So, let's
It's true.
just do something easy then. So, join password is just going to be 9999.
Huh. When you did that, it said party invitation canceled, even though I never had one.
Yeah. So if you go up to the counter, I did... What did I do? I
Which
did
quest?
side quests, art quests, suppress Zodan, normal. And then you can do search for parties. Or join
on
part.
normal.
Yeah, normal. Join parties on current block. I know it's
Yeah. What was the password?
9999.
How many nines?
4.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey.
So then I can go ahead and I can switch our quest now. That was just really weird.
And now there's less than 10 minutes.
A stupid party thing.
Was there a thing that popped up anywhere on your screen? It's asking you to accept the quest.
Accepting. It disappeared before I could read it all.
This should be escape tab.
Yeah, that should be an escape tab thing.
Confirm quest acceptance. Okay. Yes. Okay. There we go. Like, because when you guys started it, it said
Unable
it
to
canceled the
join-
invite,
What?
which is really weird.
Unable to join because the status of the party you wish to join has changed?
Huh?
And it just booted all of us from the party.
Oh, that's fun.
What is happening?
I have absolutely no idea. Are you
Yeah.
in that quest though now?
No, I'm on the camp ship. Or not the camp ship, the gateway lobby.
In the gateway ship?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know if we're still in the same thing, so we could jump into the field. Because
I've,
if we're still on this map, we could party up in the field again. With the party beacon thingy.
Wait,
Yeah.
Did it put you in the quest?
yeah,
It threw me in the ultimate quest.
Yeah, what? It didn't put us in it.
yeah, we're still on the lobby ship.
Well, like, it put me on the gateway ship in the ultimate quest.
Yeah, it just popped back up.
Ha.
Also, it put us on block 37.
Hmm. I guess I'll just go back to the arts lobby. Yeah, I'm in block 37 in the arts lobby now.
Okay. Okay, I just tried to send you an invite again.
So weird.
Still didn't pop up.
Wait. Let's see if... Can you cancel the request and send a new one now?
Invite to party.
Oh, wait. Forgot to hit apply. Ooh, nothing either. Huh.
Yay, glitches.
Weird. I'm just gonna send one to you, see if you can actually see mine. If it's both ways or just one way.
Okay.
I sent one. Can you see it?
Yeah, I got it. Oh wait, no. Now I got a no response from server. Okay. So PSO is acting up right now.
I guess so.
See if I can log back in.
Try and invite Mara.
I'm back.
Yes. So can you see mine now? I just sent you one.
Who'd you send it to?
You.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hold on.
That's weird.
Just sent one to both of you. Okay, I got Chris.
It's weird.
Well, glitch to email them about later. At this point, might as well just wait for the thing to
I'm
pop.
Googling it real quick to see if anybody says anything.
Did you get that at all?
Get what at all?
I tried sending him a friend request or a party invite.
Nope.
Fun.
Wait, let me see something. Okay. Let's see. The only issue people seem to have online is they blocked each other on Xbox, not Xbox.
Interesting. Well, we can try to.
Yeah, I can try to join in on you guys in that.
Extremely hard, except. Okay, so it's the same password as it was before.
Okay.
Oh, but it's already full.
Well, guess we'll just do it separately then. Try another time.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out.
Weird.
Oh,
Hey.
weird.
Is the frost weapon from this thing any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good for the interim of not having a nemesis weapon.
Hmm.
Like for my fighter, I'm using the frost weapon for it right now.
What's your guys' least favorite boss to fight?
Hands down, Barlotus.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Mine's the Bansheers. Can't stand fighting them. They always kill me.
Both of them at the same time, or
Just either one or another. If I can't just overpower them quickly, they end up usually beating me. I don't know if it's because, like, I'm bow only, but I don't know if, like, I just really bad at using bow against them, or
Do you usually play solo?
yeah, usually.
Yeah, I found it's kind of awkward.
The two elite versions of them are what's keeping me from beating the extreme quest right now. Sad.
Ah,
I can't beat the fancy shiny ones that are in the first extreme quest on like 58 stage.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, until recently I've just played using AI to make up parties.
Yeah, they don't really pull aggro the way you need them to with bow.
Yeah, the AI just like ignore them.
See, I think I have my character set for a big game hunter. So he should pull something. Should. I don't know how he actually acts, so.
Well, it's like they don't even acknowledge that there's enemies there until you get close enough.
Yeah, they kind of just like think the AI don't exist usually. It's pretty much how they consider the AI. I think it's a you can't use AI to draw aggro for you. Because they're, well, invulnerable, they just revive.
I don't know.
So the bar lotus that pops up during the middle of a mission, like not as the final boss, but like one of the midway through floating facility is kind of annoying.
Very. I missed that one. Ooh, you almost died there. Do you think after we do a couple of these though, I'm gonna get off? I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go after this urgent quest ends too.
Might be able to run this 2 times, maybe 3. Depends on how fast everybody gets through it.
I think I've only ever gotten through 4 once on this. It's always usually 3. Jim and I talk so much.
What is going on? Nobody's killing the things. Missing 2. Where are we missing 2? I love that attack. Oh jeez.
I think the worst thing you can get here is the Anja alert, because it takes so long to kill him.
Oh, the destruction. Yeah, I'd have to agree on that one.
And he downs the most players usually. First time I did it, I was so confused when the tanks spawned because they were just like so odd compared to everything else. I was just like, what? What is that?
Have you seen the helicopter spawn?
Yeah. No, yeah, that was also confused me. I was just like, what is this? This doesn't look like the rest of the enemies.
Yeah. There's the tanks, helicopters, the steamrollers, the guys on motorcycles.
Yeah, I was just like, because I've never watched like any content or anything on PSO before it came here and I started playing, so all this was like, what is this? It's so weird.
Nah, I'm excited for the boost quests or the blaster quests or whatever they're calling them over here. You will need to gather, like how for the advanced quest you have the advanced quest capsules.
Yeah.
You have to get capsules of a certain type for those as well. But all it is just a solo instance of you going in and then just wrecking everybody's day. You're getting hundreds of thousands of XP per kill.
Oh, when is this? I want this right now.
It's coming in episode 4.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
So in August it should be here.
Oh yeah.
Like one of them is in Tokyo, and you just run around and just beat
What's
things.
the level requirement?
30.
30? Oh, that'd be great for leveling subclasses.
Oh, it is.
Extra classes.
It is.
Oh, sweet. I hate playing anything but my braver to level. even though I'm trying to level my ranger, which is my sub.
That
Yeah, I got so used to playing bouncer, and now I'm trying to level braver, and everything just feels wrong.
That would be the opposite for me since I play braver. That's all I do. Even though I have the like a plus 27 Revioso for my ranger. So like I can kill stuff fine with it. I just don't like playing it. I was trying it earlier. I was like, this is so painful. I like my bow.
Yeah, that was like me saying that I'm trying to level my fighter, and it just feels so weird because it feels like I have more control over my hunter than I do my fighter. Like Hunter's attack speed is a little bit slower, sure, but it just, I don't know.
Bigger numbers?
I mean, with Hunter, it's definitely bigger numbers. But
Ooh,
with Fighter, it's a bunch of really fast, swift attacks, so I'm not used to that.
that's kind of like me using my assault rifle on ranger compared to my bow, which hits a lot harder. Especially seeing the numbers pop up from Final Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's so satisfying when you hit something for like 200,000. It's like, huh, I love that.
And it's like I'm so used to bouncer just being perpetually in the air.
Yeah, you can't really do that with Braver. Bow. Unless you're using a Nemesis, which lets you stay in the air.
I have a Gix.
Uh,
I think that's just below the Nemesis.
yeah, I've never seen one of those drop yet. I remember seeing it on like the name when it shows on what's dropping right now or something.
Yeah, it has a decent potential for the way I play.
Oh god, all these photon blasters are gonna wreck this thing's day.
So is the only way to get more mags is to use real money, right?
Yeah, just
Alright.
through AC, and they are about $3 each.
Yeah. I was just curious since I play free to play, so I was just wondering if there's a free way to get it. Another one?
Not at the moment.
Alright. Not that I need one. Just curious.
I think not unless you create multiple characters, you can use your mags across multiple characters, I do believe.
If I ever need another mag, maybe I could try that.
It'll be fine. Just make a Dex mag, and when Phantom comes out, just sub Phantom.
And now my mag's already at 200 full range.
Oh.
Because I knew I wouldn't be playing pretty much anything but range, because I just don't like playing melee that much.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah, I know, you play fighter. Or, was it fighter?
Fighter
Is that
and
what you
Hunter.
play? Yeah. which are both melee.
You.
And I got bow and ranger assault rifle.
Dun, dun. I dodged all that. You see that?
No, it was just raining.
Oh, it was just raining?
It was just
Oh,
raining.
okay. Let's see.
Yeah, raining metal objects or whatever. I don't know what was being thrown.
I dodged the rain.
The photon stuffs.
No frost weapons, and we even had that 300% rare drop booster from that random dude who pops up.
Nice.
Joker.
Yeah, that Joker dude. I didn't get another frost. Rip. I missed the Magatsu spam. That was nice getting a lot of swap shop trades.
Oh, I got ran over by a cart.
It's always annoying when those guys run you over.
Oh, I got sucked up by an
I'm
elephant
just-
the other day.
So confused by all of the enemies in this area.
Yeah.
You got some clowns with some chainsaws. Here's some Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I've
You
like...
ever wanted to fight a semi?
Oh yeah, there is a couple things where you have to fight a semi.
Yeah. I just had the semi that got the trailer with all the cars in the back and the car on the back earlier.
And
Yeah, it's like I
there's
have no clue what most of their attacks are.
there's no explanation behind it. They're just like, yeah, some guy just one day was bored and making character models, and this is what you have to fight now.
Oh, how do you
So it feels like
explain the darker chicken? So when the guy was just like, I like chicken, so I'm gonna make it a chicken.
Yeah, I mean, like this whole quest just feels like it was all of their extra models.
It probably was.
probably. The Joker dude there makes me think of Shaco from League of Legends.
I haven't played League in so long.
Me neither. But it's when I played Minecraft, I used his skin in Minecraft for my Minecraft skin, so that's why I remember him.
Hey, you leveled up. Nice.
Yeah, I hit 73.
Nice. Getting there.
I can almost go back to playing Bouncer.
Almost. I'm just gonna level up my subclass by claiming dailies right now. With it.
Do your advanced quests. Feed your mag.
My mag's already maxed though.
Yeah, but if you feed them, it helps with the or it helps to get son of a bitch, your photon blast going quicker.
Does that do much other than kill things?
Some of them, like, you can get other blasts and give it a different blast if you wanted to. Some of them do healing, some of them do ranged attacks, some will do, melee attacks.
I don't have any problems killing things with my subclass because it does have a nice 13 star on it. So, like, it kills everything, but I just don't like playing it as much. I'd rather grind Ultimate Quest than level it. Which is not good for getting 275s, but...
Well, once you get it to 70, just start grinding the ultimate quests then.
Yeah, I plan on doing that once it does, because the weapon it has is definitely good enough to at least somewhat help. At least it should. I spent a few million Meseta on it.
It'll
Leveling
be relevant until August.
Yeah. It was like, well, all that millions of Meseta gone down the hole. I don't need it anymore except to fodder it to something else.
Sacrifice your blade that you've used for months.
Will we be going all the way to 15 star on August, or is that later?
No, that's later.
Okay, so we'll only go to 14.
I think 14 will get in episode 5, I want to say.
Oh, really? You won't even get that till even later?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then 15...
So far away.
Oh no, 15 was episode 5. We will get 15 stars in episode 5. So 14 might be episode 4. I'm not entirely sure.
Guess I'll have to wait and see.
Of
Will we
course.
be getting better skill rings, or should I be working on the skill rings now?
I, again, not 100% on that.
Okay.
There are a couple skill rings I was looking for that I couldn't find that work better with the build that I want to go with.
From what I understand, like, the whole skill ring that fighter, like, requires to be good is supposed to come out with the next one. Like, from what I understand, double savers are garbage without this one specific photon art and this one specific ring.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about
Which you don't
fighter.
get until crafting.
Yeah, which is episode 4, so I'm kind of excited about that. I want to try to dip into crafting.
Yeah, I was just like, it's all new to me, so it's like, ooh, something new.
Yeah, supposedly crafting is just a pain in the ass,
Well,
especially affixing skills and upslotting and everything like that. That's just a big pain in the dick too.
yeah, I watched a video on that. That looks like a really annoying process, and very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, I saw a video and I was like, ow, you have to spend so many enhancement aids to make sure you don't fail and lose tons of money.
Yeah.
What? Do you know if, like, when the red crystal drops, like, does it matter who breaks it for what loot comes out for the
No.
buffs?
No, it doesn't
I was
matter.
just curious.
And if it's a 13 star, it'll actually pop up across your screen as like a rainbow.
Yeah, I have my rare drop set to 13 star.
Yeah, so it should,
Notification.
well, it would, if you can have it auto pick up your 13 stars.
I do.
So it will just, yeah, it'll just be in your inventory.
That was my first 13 star. Yeah, the katana, I think, because it came from one of the mysterious weapons. I got was my first 13.
Oh,
That
nice.
was from the ultimate.
Nice.
So I did an enhance appraisal on it. I figured I probably should. And it came out like all whatever, but it was a katana, and I was very disappointed. And then my second nemesis was a gunblade, which was even worse than a katana.
Yeah,
Because it's not even worth anything.
my first nemesis was a gunblade.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I got the most common one.
The one that nobody uses.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe Gunslash will be an okay class.
We'll see. Like I said, we probably won't get that till about this time next year, though.
Oof. So, that feels like a very long ways away.
Well, if things are going the way that they are, so we get Heroes sometime in September. We get Phantoms sometime in November, December, is my guess.
Hmm.
And then Atoll we're not going to get until early next year, or probably like February, March of next year. And if that's the case, then we're not going to get any of the newer stuff until, I don't know, June, July.
Huh. At least it gives us time to get maxed out from the last update before the more content pours in on us.
Well, I still think that the level cap is 95 at the moment, even on Japan's side.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, so we'll have level cap by the end of the year.
Like, at least for someone like me who's not planning on like leveling each class, that I can never bear that. Unless I had some other way to get XP. Because there's no way I could play melee.
Oh, what the...
What are these synthesizers used for anyway?
I think they're used in grinding.
I think it's for Element.
I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anything that used them before. Like, the AI always give them to me as presents, but I like it when they give me tri boosts. So they're always nice.
I think I can get different shoes. Might have.
She's gonna get different shoes, man. Be careful.
Listen, I'm so annoyed.
Trust me, I know. She just bought those shoes, now she's gotta get different ones.
Yeah. She's so loud. She's so loud.
I know.
Good news though. My parents just bought me a Keurig machine for fixing all the stuff in their house.
Nice. I know somebody that can get you a good deal on Keurig coffee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where Steph works. She works for Keurig.
Oh.
Yeah, Keurig and Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
Like, because of her working through COVID and everything, uh, they just gave her a Keurig, or the $180 Keurig, and like 30 K-Cup pods.
Nice.
They're just like, here, thanks for working. And, oh, Chris, do you want some water? Because she also brought home 8 cases of water.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of water.
Well, again, they're like, thank you for working this. Here, take a bunch of cases of water. And they originally gave her 11 cases. And it's not like the 24 pack, it's the stadium pack of water. So it's got like 30 some odd bottles of water in it.
That's a lot of water.
It is a ton of water. So if you want some water, I will gladly give you some water.
Hey, you thirsty? Just walking down the street asking random people if they're thirsty.
Here we go again. The screen is so bright.
Oh, there's so many things happening.
I hate it when there's lots of mags going off all at once because it's so bright.
Yeah, but it's so much damage.
There's just too many damage numbers to keep up with at that point.
It's like, which one's mine? I can't tell.
It's like, look for the giant white numbers.
Oh, come on.
Ow.
Hey, you died there, bud.
Yeah, I did.
Go stop doing
I
it.
switched over to katana.
Oh,
Woo! I just
And-
got some 50% enhancement aids from the scratch ticket.
nice.
Nice.
At least they give me something useful since they don't seem to give me personal shop tickets.
Yeah, I switched over to my katana and did the little dash, and it
Mhm.
just was like, yeah, you know that guy that you've been targeting? We're not targeting him. We're going over to this guy.
Oof. Ouch.
Meanwhile, he was doing his like AoE, everybody dies attack.
Rip.
Yep.
I know that feeling from challenge mode, where you have to just use whatever weapon you get, pretty much. Trying to dash at things, and I was like, I did not want to dash at that character.
Oh, well, it's over.
Mm-hmm. And you really don't want to be dying in challenge mode.
I still haven't touched challenge mode yet.
I did so I could get the reveal C with the challenge miles for my ranger,
Ah,
because it's pretty easy to get 30k with the titles they give you from it.
okay.
To just buy 6 copies and enhance it.
Nice. Alright, well, I'm out. Bedtime. So, till next time, guys. Have fun. Play games. Be happy. You do you. Alright. See you later.